Okay guys, this is Art from Techno Guy. I am running one last sound check. I've been playing around with the audio because I have a whole bunch of different sound cards going on. I have my external audio card, which is the Line 6 UX2. I'll leave some specifications to it in the show notes. It's a pretty cool little gig, especially if you play guitar. You have a couple microphones and a couple little analog devices. You can run things inside of that. A lot of little cool things you can route into Reason with that. But I'm also got a microphone. I also got my laptop microphone. I got all this stuff just crisscrossing and everything. So I've been playing with the audio settings. I explained this in the intro video. I went to the edit. I went to preferences. And then I went under the audio tab. I selected my audio card to be my microphone's internal sound card. So my microphone has, it's pretty cool. It's called Samsung. It routes the audio. It has live headphone feedback, so I can play with the mix a little bit, but it's handling the audio. Long story short, so you should be hearing me talking, and if I hit run, this is attempt number 3. You should be hearing drums now. This is me playing the air drums. Like it? Cool. All right, let's dig in. Okay, so now that we got that all squared up, let's dig in. I have my Akai MPD-218 on board, which is right here. I explained a little bit of that in the intro. It's entry level. It's a MIDI controller. It's sort of more natural to bang out some beats. But I also explained that if you select keys, you can use your keyboard on your laptop or on your desktop to hammer one out. So actually, it's you know, without you having to invest, you can start there. It's pretty cool. So it's a way to get into this with no money. See if you like it. I'm gonna start to create music just from this, just to prove that you can actually make music with this. So let's dive in. This time I'm going to just come up with probably something a little hip hop-ish instead of trying to make something rockish, because that's instruments and that's a little more intricate. So let's get started. Usually what I do, I explained in the intro, if you're trying to test something out in Reason, you can go install it. I left a link in the show notes, and you can run it in demo mode, and you can run Reason Plus, which is super awesome. That will include the companion application, which is Reason Plus's sort of media browser. It looks like this. It allows you to grab sound packs, which are super cool. Devices, so all the little instruments that come along with it. I mean, it's endless. Look at this. And some of these libraries, sound libraries inside of here are huge. So keep that in mind. Some of them I've seen are in upwards of 5 gigs. So be aware of that when you're doing them. Don't just be all greedy and try to hoard all the instruments, even though it's very tempting. Just grab what you're using, just for starters, until you get all full-fledged in it. So that being said, Companion's really nice. It helps you pick out new sounds, shows you what's going on, gives you the latest news, grabs new instruments and devices, effects, utilities. What it also does is it includes, obviously, Reason, the sound packs that I just explained, and the devices. So with that being said, I broke that down in the intro. You should have this installed already. If not, pause it, go ahead, install it, get back to the screen. This is right when you launch it. I went to Instruments. What I did was double left click on the loop, Dr. Octo Rex loop player, browse patches, and then I went to Factory Sounds, or Loop Supply, Hip Hop. I picked my 90 beats per minute out. Sounds a little old school. I'm old school, so I don't mind it. Okay. Now, the next thing is down here. I'm set at 100. The tempo right now for the whole entire song or sequencer is 120. So I want to knock that down to 90. So on my keyboard, I'm punching in 90, clicking off of it. Now everything's the time synced to 90. I'm going to take off click because I don't need to hear that, but I do want to hear a pre-click. So that pre-click is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, go. Okay. So that being said, now let's check it out. Let's see if it sounds good. Okay, that sounds pretty good. You can take that there, or you should be able to take that down here and just drop it right in here. And then I'll just do that for now. That was the easiest way because I don't want you guys to get lost in all of the detail you guys can do here because it's pretty granular. You can open the programmer and you can start to tweak with the chops in here. You can adjust them. You can map these to each individual key on your keyboard here, wherever the heck that's at. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so you could be like, you know, I want this part to be, the first segment to be A, and then move this next part up to W, and yeah, I don't want to get into all those details. We can explain more later. If you guys got questions, let me know, or I can put together another quick video on what's going on. But you can adjust sounds, and what you can do is you can keep taking like additional, like say if you downloaded a set of patches, you can grab those and drop these in here, and then when you run it, you can switch it up and it'll jump to the next part. So say I got a part of the song and then I want to do a breakout, a build up, and I want to do a fill. Right? So the easiest way to do this now is I just held down my left mouse button, I dragged it, and I dropped it right here. As soon as I did that, it slapped it in right here, and when I hit play, it should just run. There you go. Okay, and then I want to keep this going for more than just 2 bars because I want to be able to have some time to experiment with more sounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click once on this, Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it. Now I just spread it out for 4 bars. And if I hit play, pretty cool. I'm digging it. Okay, so now you get it. I'm going to go ahead and delete this other track because we're not using it. Delete all in the group. And I think 4 bars is a good start. Now I'm going to pick my next instrument. Go back to the left. And let's see, what should we add here? Let's try keys, just for the heck of it. Radical Piano, you're going to have to download this patch, but when you do, I'll double left click. It's got really good sound. Sounds pretty good, huh? Okay, so I'm betting that you're probably not a maestro playing on your computer keyboard and trying to make a sound. You know, how are you going to make something happen? Well, there's a way you can. What you can do is you can take Radical Piano, and instead of trying to play all these keys out on your keyboard, or even if you had a MIDI controller, you could right click and you can add a player or a utility. Right now the players I have, I think, are Quad Note Generator, Polystep Sequencer. So let's play with these. Let's play with the Polystep Sequencer first. Ooh, look what this gives us. So what I just basically did is I mapped this sequencer to this piano. So now in this area, it's running a sequence of those keys. So what would be equivalent to your fingers on the keyboard is expressed on this. And then it can change variations. And if you want to know more about this, you can always right click and you can go to the product page on the bottom corner, and it can tell you everything the sequencer can do. Honestly, I probably only know about 20% of it. And there's so many things in Reason, like as long as you got the general navigation of what it can do, then you can dig in further. But let's just get into it. I'm going to go ahead and hit run. I like it. Okay, so let's record it. Uh-oh, I messed something up. What did I do? Was it step? Nope, it's not step. Let me see, right click. There is a place in here to send these keys all down here. And I will find that out 1 second. Okay, so this one's a new one for me. What it is there's an option up in the top right to send to track. So if you liked everything you heard here, you can send that right to the track. So let's do that. And what it's doing is it just wrote out everything in that sequence. And let's check it out. Let's see. And let's check it out. And what happened here is it's set up, if you look on right here, it's set up to loop automatically. So as soon as this marker goes and hits to R or the right, it will go back to the left and start all over again. So it's just juggling through 4 bars and then starting back over. Okay, so you could build up on this. I'm going to close this keyboard thing right now because we're not using it. But now we can break the beat down a little bit. So that sounds cool, but it just starts right off like right in your face. So there's some tools you got here in the sequencer. You got a pencil tool where you can write in another note if you wanted. You have the eraser. And again, you can hit E on your keyboard. You can hit razor, which helps you cut stuff on the sequencer. That's also R. The mute tool to silence a note. The magnify tool, that's to zoom in a little bit. This is also to move things. And then this is to select things again. Okay, and then you have 2 modes. You can go into edit mode and then see, this gets real granular right here. Okay. You can start to go in and, I can take my pencil tool and then I just wrote in notes. Of course, it's me messing the notes up, but you get the point, right? And I am going to undo that last part. Undo the last part. Undo it. Undo. Okay, it's looking like it's legit. Okay. But I'm going to exit out of this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the razor tool. I'm going to chop off the beat in the beginning for the first bar. Hit E on my keyboard and erase it. Now, if I hit play, it's got a little bit of a build up now. And then you can get more granular. So if I select this beat track and then go into edit mode, if I put all the steps in here, I could chop out certain drums and keyboards and things like that. But for time purposes, I'll go ahead and chop out another piece here. Wait, close out. I'll chop it out right here. Erase. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to 9. And then I am going to use my razor tool again. Or no, what I'll do is I'll select this and this, Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it, but I'm going to select just this drum track, copy, move my cursor right here and hit that, and now I also chop some stuff up. I'll take the razor tool again, chop right here. Take that out, break it down a little bit. So you get it, right? And then for one more thing, we will play with the mixers. We haven't did anything with that yet. I'll shrink this stuff down a little bit. Shrink this down all the way. Now we have our mixer. So I'm going to change this up. Double left click on it and say this is the beat to make things more legible. And we'll keep this just piano. I don't need to know that it's an American pop piano. But that's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up a little bit. If we want to move there faster, you got this quick view over here on the side, or you can shift and on this little mini map to know where to get to where you want to get to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some effects. So there's some preloaded ones on here. I believe this is plate, so it's a reverb effect. Then you got another, I don't know exactly what this one is. If I hit edit, it will take you to, yeah, it's another reverb. But yeah, if you hit the edit, it'll highlight which one that actually is on the rack. And then you can go in, and again, the key thing is here, hit your browse patch, and on the left hand side in the browser, you're going to see all of the things you can make this and adjust it accordingly. Also adjust the levels on here. So that's pretty cool. You can also, if you look on the left hand side and click on effects, you can just add more. There's tons of them. Okay, and one of the things I didn't explain to you on the first part is, if you hit tab on your keyboard, voila. I thought this was one of the coolest things. It blew me away when I first seen it. But it's all the virtual connections to route audio accordingly. So if I hit tab again, I can take my master selection and I can take the sends out, returns, and map together new effects if I want, utilities, players, and then, you know, I can do different things with Radical Piano. You can also route this out to physical instruments. That's the power of Reason. You can take physical instruments and virtual, blend it all together, and really just create whatever you want. But we're coming up, we're right around 20 minutes. I'm going to try to keep these things sort of short. So now you guys got the basics. Let's go ahead and pop in that reverb like I was talking about. Now that piano should pop a little bit. So let's check it out. You hear a little bit of that echo in there. And then we can beef this up too by increasing the levels. Alright guys, so that's it in a nutshell. We came in here, we learned how to maneuver around a little bit of the rack. We also learned some tools inside of the sequencer. We learned how to put together some sounds. We also learned how to map them so we didn't have to try to play it all out on the keyboard, but we will do that next time around. So part 2 of this video, we're going to add some more embellishment to this. We're going to add some bass and some other stuff and keep building off of this. If you guys got any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you like what you see, give me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Tell me what else you want to see. Let's put something together. Until then, you guys, stay cool.